What do you think this film's going to do for our armed forces, for our military families, for our service people, for our home front?
I don't know.
I think that's a big part of it.
So lovely to chat to you both about military wives. Kristin, I want to start with you because I was watching Darkest Hour the other night and you just play characters with backbone and authority so well. But the thing about this character is, yes, there was the authority aspect, but there were so many layers in terms of grief and the power struggle. What was the main attraction for you? Was it the kind of authority figure side of the character, or was it the multi-layered points of the script?
It's always much more fun to peel an onion. It's always much more interesting to have a character that you discover things as you go along. And I think that's probably what attracted me to the character, and then also the actual story, telling the story of these women and people and families and children who stay behind, who wait, who prepare for the return, who support from a distance, who have to keep going. I find that is really fascinating, to be that brave and courageous and have so much sort of what's the word? Consistency, and they must have terrible wobbles half the time. But I find them, they need a bit more attention.
And Sharon, as a writer, do you kind of look at scripts like this differently? And when you're kind of reading it and then performing it, do you kind of bring something new to it as you're kind of going through it?
I mean, not initially when I read it first, because I'm, if it's sent to me as an actor, I'm just reading it like that. But the great thing about this script is they were really generous with letting both of us get involved in, the characters, but certain scenes in particular, we were sort of, we were allowed to sort of, let rip on them. And so, like, a lot of the time, yes, I've rarely read a script where I haven't sort of had the things to say, but in this particular case, it was really nice because they took it all on board and were very happy to let us get involved.
Because the director did say your two characters are kind of the emotional spine of the film, so to speak. But then there's also this power struggle between the two of your characters when you're trying to lead the choir. Was that really fun to play off on set?
It was actually,
yeah.
wasn't it?
It was really, there were my favourite scenes to play, for sure. I mean, we loved the singing, or we grew to love the singing. But it was those sort of earlier scenes where, we're kind of, not sure how we feel about the other than we don't want them in our lives.
Because I absolutely loved it when your character was like, you lead, and as she starts speaking, all right, thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, they were great. It was great fun doing them because we had the whole sort of cast in front of us, and it was kind of like we were playing for them. Like we wanted to make them laugh, and we did end up making them laugh. So we kind of knew we were doing something right. And
what do you think this film's going to do for our armed forces, for our military families, for our service people, for our home front?
Well, I don't know what I hope it will do is A, make them think that they are being noticed, and B, give them a kind of I don't know.
I think that's a big part of it, though. Yeah. I think, certainly I had no clue about that world or that life at all. So just knowing that you were involved in a film that's going to help give them some sort of visibility that wasn't there before.
And being celebrated.
Basically.
Being celebrated and being, have their story told, and so that we understand a little bit better about what it means to be the family of someone who is doing their duty for the country.